Guiding Light, presented by new Extra Strength Comet, the stain-removing cleanser. Now also in the plastic decorator size and the plastic bathroom bundle.
2-1, Josephine.
Yep. Comet can remove stains better with one try than your cleanser does with 2 tries.
It's that good?
New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser. Even yours. Want to see a test on that food stain?
I want to do it myself.
Be my guest.
Here's my cleanser's first try, right?
Right. Wet it and wait. Stain's still there.
Well, that's disappointing. I'll give mine a second try. Now, 1 try for Comet. Wet 'em.
Wait again. There. 2 tries with your cleanser, only 1 with Comet.
Oh, still stain.
But Comet removed it. It's the stain-removing cleanser. Only 1 with superchlorinol. Disinfects better, too.
That test makes me mad.
Why?
I've been buying the wrong cleanser.
Don't get mad. Get Comet. New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser. Right.
Mrs. Scott. Here's some last-minute changes on that Wilmot brief. Get to work on it right away. I'm going to court on that tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You still enjoy working here?
I still enjoy it.
Must be quite a come-down for a top-flight public relations person like yourself.
Well, it's a lot more peaceful than public relations.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Mr. Hayes,
Yeah.
how is Bill Bauer?
Well, I don't know. I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to call him.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have asked.
Well, I think it'd be a good idea if you try to get him off your mind.
That is a lot easier said than done, I'm afraid.
I know. How are things at home?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was wondering if I should tell you something.
Go ahead, tell me.
Well, you know that Ben destroyed the love letter that I wrote to Bill. The one he used to blackmail me into marrying him. Well, the other night we got into a violent argument. Of all things, about taking a vacation. I mean, he wanted me to take one, and I didn't want to, and I threatened to walk out on him, and he told me that I couldn't.
You couldn't?
He has a photostatic copy of that letter, and he threatened me with it.
Well, to tell you the truth, I can't say that I'm completely surprised.
Well, I don't think he'll really use it. Do you?
It all depends on what use he'd have for it under the circumstances. I mean, you married him. He's got what he wants.
Yes, I know, but it could still hurt Peggy.
What about this vacation? Why don't you...
Well, I just started to work here for you.
No, I could find somebody else to fill in till you got back.
Oh, no, that's not fair to you.
Well, I want to be fair to you and to Peggy. You married Ben again in order to make her happy, right?
Yes.
Well, if there's any dissension between you, she's bound to become aware of it. I mean, she's not a child. And if you and Ben battle with each other like this, you run a terrible risk that she'll find out some things that she shouldn't know. Things which could defeat the purpose of the marriage. Oh, well, look, we've got a visitor. Look who's here.
Hello, Mr. Hayes. Hi, Mom. Am I interrupting?
It's wash day for Mrs. Gordon Wade of Cincinnati, Ohio. Her problem, greasy wash, dirty wash, muddy wash.
When you've got washed this dirty, there's only one way to get it clean. The bomb. The dirt bomb.
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. Here's a cup of the most powerful detergent. This much more cleaning power is concentrated in a dozen worth of new Salvo, the ultimate weapon in the war against dirt.
I tried being nice to dirt with creamy liquids and fluffy powders,
But now, I use the dirt bomb and blast dirt to smithereens. Does that sound cruel? Well, what's dirt ever done for you?
You certainly have, young lady, interrupted a very boring business conversation. Your mother and I are absolutely delighted.
You sure?
Absolutely. How are you? Well, look, I don't even have to ask. I check up on you through your mother and through my nephew, too.
Yeah, I know. Johnny's very happy living with you this summer.
Well, we're glad to have him. Look, one of these evenings I have to insist that you bring him, he bring you to dinner.
Great, I'd love that.
All right, fine. Well, I'll leave you two to family matters. I got some work to do.
Oh, I won't let her stay too long. I have work to do, too.
You got nothing more important than Peggy. Take your time.
Well, young lady, to what am I in debt for this visit?
Well, I'd like to talk to you for a minute about something. Not too busy.
Well, I'm busy. Couldn't we talk at home?
Well, I want to talk to you alone without Dad around.
Oh, what is it?
It's about that vacation he wants to take us on. You know, to the Canadian Rockies and all those beautiful places.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, he tells me you don't want to go.
Oh, honey, I do want to go. It's just that I just started to work for Mr. Hayes.
Well,
here.
shouldn't
I
your
feel
family come first, Mom? I mean, Dad's the one who's really supporting us now, and he does work awfully hard. I think he needs a real vacation. He was so disappointed that you didn't want to go.
Honey, I do want to go. I just think...
Why don't you ask Mr. Hayes then? I'm sure he'll let you go. He's so nice.
You really do want to go, don't you?
A real family vacation like that, just the three of us. I'd love it, and so would Dad.
You wouldn't get to see much of Johnny.
I know. But he'll understand. He knows how much my family means to me.
Well, I'll think about it.
You will ask Mr. Hayes?
I don't make any promises. I just said I'd think about it.
Mrs. Scott, I can't find my notes on this Carlisle brief. You got them in here?
No, I think they're in the filing cabinet in your office.
No. I looked. They're not there.
Oh, sure, I put them there. Let me look.
Now, look, one other thing. I've got to have your Social Security number to make out that tax form. You got it handy?
Oh, yes, right. Oh, no. You know what I think I've done?
You've lost it. It's a disaster for the tax structure of the country.
No, I think it's still at Carson Associates. You see, I'm always afraid of losing my purse. So I put it in a little compartment at the bottom of my desk drawer, and I think it's still there. I can pick it up tomorrow in my lunch hour.
No, never mind. I was planning to go up there tomorrow anyway to visit Bill Bauer. I'll pick it up myself.
Would you? That'd be very nice. Now I'll go see about that report. And young lady, you run along. This is a business office, and we are busy.
All right, Mom. I'll see you later. Goodbye, Mr. Hayes.
Look, you don't have to run so quickly, you know. This business is also as busy as your mother makes out.
Oh, I'll bet it is. And that's the way Mom likes it.
Oh, I just remembered. I can't go to Carson Associates tomorrow. I've got to be in court all day. I won't be able to get that Social Security card of your mother's.
Well, look, I'm going to be around there this afternoon. Why don't I get it for her?
Could you?
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. That'll solve everything. Fine, now don't forget.
No, I won't. Goodbye, Mr. Hayes.
Goodbye. Peggy, I just want to say that I think that Johnny's got a winner.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes.
Take one little girl and one canvas money bag without the money. Now you'll see how stiff, scratchy canvas like this can be made soft enough to be a little girl's nightie. Impossible? Not with the softening power of Downy. We washed a canvas nightie, then rinsed it in Downy. Nothing, absolutely nothing, works harder than Downy to get those soft and white. Just feel how soft Downy makes scratchy canvas.
It's amazing. It's soft as a kitten.
Now, nobody uses canvas for nighties, but if Downy can soften stiff, scratchy canvas, imagine how soft, how comfortable it will make real nighties and all your family's clothes. From now on, treat your family to the power that softens canvas, all the softening power of Downy.
Hey, get lost. Character. Did you, ask your father?
Yep. And thank goodness I did.
Well, you're pretty cheerful today. I guess it went all right, huh?
Mm-hmm. You know, you were absolutely right. I was building up a lot of imaginary horrible things in my mind that just weren't there.
Well, that's great, Peggy.
You know, I told Dad I overheard them arguing, and he gave me a scolding for eavesdropping, which I deserved. And then he admitted that they do have arguments, but it's normal when two hot-tempered people get married like that. And he said I shouldn't take it so seriously, and I guess I...
Yeah, but what about all the things you overheard them saying?
Oh, well, Dad talks kind of harshly sometimes. He didn't mean that he had any mysterious power over Mom or any horrible evidence. You know what he was talking about? Their marriage license.
Marriage license? That's all?
Yep. I felt so ridiculous.
Well, what about the evidence, the proof that was torn up, the photostatic copy?
Oh, that. Well, that was just like you warned me. Dad said the exact same thing you did. You know how you make a mountain out of a molehill when you don't know much? And he showed me the molehill I made a mountain out of.
What was that?
A photostatic copy of Dad's will. And it left everything to Mom and then to me.
His will? You mean that's what they were arguing about?
Mm-hmm. A will he made out as evidence of his good faith to prove how much he loves Mom. Anyway, he made out this will, and then he got mad one day and tore it up. But he kept a photostat.
It sounds pretty complicated.
I know. I got lost trying to follow it. But the point is, Mom and Dad do argue a lot, but everything is really all right between them. Basically, I mean.
Well, that's great, Peggy. Now, aren't you glad that you asked him?
Mm-hmm. You know, all they were really arguing about was that vacation Dad wants to take us on.
Vacation?
Mm-hmm. He wants to take us to the Canadian Rockies. Mom doesn't want to leave her new job. I'm trying to talk her into it. It means so much to Dad.
How long will you be going?
Well, a few weeks if we do go. You know, I'd miss you.
That's what I was thinking. How much I'm going to miss you.
I know. But please try to understand. I think it's important that Mom and Dad do things together as a family. I want them to love each other, Johnny. I mean, really love each other like they used to. And I think if I push them a little, they will.
You don't give up, do you? Well, you got them to marry each other. I guess you can get them to love each other.
I think they love each other now. I know Dad loves Mom anyway. And I think deep down in her heart, Mom really loves Dad. It's just that she remembers how much he hurt her once.
You mean you think she's scared that he's going to do it again?
Mm-hmm. She's so scared he's going to do it again that she won't let herself love him like she should. But I think in time, she'll realize how nice he is now, and then she'll love him again.
The Guiding Light has been presented by Downy, the fabric softener with the power to soften even rough, scratchy canvas. The Guiding Light, presented by today's Ivory Liquid, with its Young Hands formula that helps hands look young again.
Oh, my Robert wasn't always a tiger. I remember when he used to give me the cold shoulder because he hated my old-looking housework hands. Hi, did you fly in here? Yes. Well, I'm in no mood for company. Would you please fly away?
Well, I'm Mary Mild. Today's Ivory Liquid will help your hands look young again.
Help these hands? Ivory Liquid will. This doesn't. Today's Ivory Liquid has a Young Hands formula. Proper hand care and Ivory Liquid detergent will make your hands look young again. That's hard to believe. Look, creamy white, pure and mild. Sure makes lots of suds. Longer-lasting suds. Well, young-looking hands, here I come.
Robert, stop. People are watching.
Ivory liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
I'm not sure you're right, Papa Bauer. It might do Bill a lot of good to see you now.
I don't believe this. I would only rub my son the wrong way if I'm seeing him now.
Well, you can't be sure unless you try. Maybe Bill has changed his mind about having you live with him.
But Edward told me that he's worse.
Well, I think at least you ought to go and see Bert. You have no problem with her.
Well, in good time I'll do that. But believe me, I know my son. And I know it's not a good time for me to be near him. Nor Berta, because of course she will tell him.
Maybe you know best. You've been close to Bill for a long time.
How's your son? Huh?
Well, I never got close to my son till a few months ago. Now we're losing him again.
Losing him? Is it that bad?
Well, you know, he's not living with us. He's living with George and Jane.
Yeah, Robin told me. You know, it's very much on her conscience. She feels that she has robbed you of your son and is very unhappy.
Yes, I know. She isn't herself yet. The Robin we both know never could have said such an unjust, such a cruel thing to Johnny, blaming him for the loss of our baby.
But now she knows how wrong this was.
Yes, but now it's too late. The damage is done.
But how can this affect your relationship to your son? Why do you say you are losing him? He's only staying for the summer, Jane and George.
That was the plan, but the other day, I tried to find out when he wants to come back home. I couldn't get him to say when. I don't think he wants to come back home. Now that he's cut loose, he's drifting away. I'm losing him, Papa Bauer.
I don't want to sound selfish, Peggy, but I'd hate to see you go away for very long.
I'll only be gone for a few weeks. Just a vacation. I won't be gone forever.
Yeah, but not seeing you for a few weeks would feel like forever.
I'll miss you, too.
You're the only person in the world I feel close to now. You know that.
Johnny, not the only one.
The only one.
You mean you don't feel close to your father anymore?
Well, I like him. I guess you could say I love him. No, I don't feel close to him.
It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean.
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big, dirty washes...
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Hi. Want to know my recipe for a good moist cake? So moist, it's brimming with rich, full flavor. The recipe, Duncan Hines Cake Mix. When you pull this tab, you'll get a cake moist as homemade. See? Duncan Hines cake is so moist the crumbs cling together. So moist it's brimming with flavor. For a moist cake, moist as homemade. Remember the recipe, Duncan Hines.
Johnny, you make me feel so bad about leaving you.
Maybe I'll make you feel bad enough so you won't.
Well, it isn't settled yet, but I am going to keep after Mom about this vacation. I'm sorry, but I am.
You're pretty persistent when you want to be.
It's just that I think it's important for Dad and Mom and me to go on this vacation together. Important for Dad and Mom most of all.
Then why don't you get them to go alone and you stay here with me?
You're pretty persistent, too.
But...
No. Because even if they did go alone, I'm afraid they'd argue. You see, I think I keep them from arguing just by being near them.
Well, you didn't keep them from arguing the other night.
Well, they thought I'd gone to bed. You know, I'm so glad I asked Dad about that argument. You don't know what a load that is off my mind.
Oh, yes, I do. You should have seen your face before you asked him.
Well, from what I heard, I thought Mom had done something awful that Dad had proof of and that he made her marry him. Anyway, Dad just sat down and explained the whole thing away. Then I felt so ashamed that I'd imagined what I imagined that right there, I promised him that I'd get Mom to go on that vacation. And I'm going to.
I don't know why you think this vacation's going to help so much.
Well, I think if Dad and Mom get off from work and go on this vacation to the mountains, well, beautiful places make beautiful thoughts. And I think maybe Mom will realize that she does love him.
I'm not going to talk you out of this trip, am I? And I've got a feeling you're going to talk your mother right into it.
Oh, I just remembered. I have to go to Carson Associates and pick up Mom's Social Security card.
What's it doing at Carson Associates? She hasn't worked there in a long time.
I know. She left it in her old office. She just remembered when Mr. Hayes asked her about it. Most people keep it in their purses, but Mom was afraid she'd lose it. Anyway, I hope it's still there and I can find it.
Well, hadn't you better get going? I mean, the office will be closed. It's almost 6 now.
Yeah, I better hurry.
Well, can I come with you?
Well, I have to be home right away.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll drive you home. No, wait a minute. I'll drive you to Carson Associates, and then I'll drive you home.
Idiot, Carson Associates is right around the block.
All right, then I'll wait here, and then I'll drive you home.
Well, my private chauffeur.
I told Ed I was on the wagon. Told myself that, too. I lied to both of us, didn't I? Here we go again.
Yes, here we go again.
Ed, if you just hadn't...
If I hadn't what? Come to see you? I thought you were always happy to see me.
I am, son, I am. But
Don't worry. I only came to talk to you about Grandpa, why he slammed the door in his face. I thought you had the decency to go and get him and bring him back home where he belongs. You needn't tell him I suggested you do it. Try to tell him you were man enough to do it yourself.
Ed, I thought my dear God, how did all this happen?
Those roots are wrapped in burlap, rugged, skin-scratching burlap. Imagine taking the burlap off a tree bottom and making it soft enough for a little boy's pajama bottom. Impossible? Not with Downy Power, the softening power of Downy fabric softener. We washed it and rinsed it once in Downy. And this same burlap came out soft enough for a little boy to wear in comfort, from the tip of his toes to the top of his bottom.
It's really soft.
Now, nobody uses burlap for pajamas. But if Downy can soften burlap, imagine the comfort it'll bring to all the people you love. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, makes clothes softer and whiter than Downy. From now on, treat your family to the power that softens burlap. All the softening power of Downy.
Papa now, too, haven't I? All the people I love, I've hurt. First your mother, and then you. And then Maggie. Now, Papa. Oh, I have a gift. A real gift, don't I?
That's your greatest gift. But you have another gift, too. Let's not forget your drinking.
I wouldn't be drinking if... How did it all happen, anyway?
Are you really so confused? Oh, it's really quite simple. Before you fell off one wagon, you fell off the marriage wagon, remember? And that was a hard one to stay on, too, wasn't it?
To make a decision. We can't go on like this. I can't be just an office romance. I love you.
You cannot go on like this. You have to give her up.
I'm proud of our love, Bill. I want to shout it from the housetops.
Yes, this great love was bigger than both of you, wasn't it? Just couldn't help yourselves, could you? Just flowed over you like the sea.
I love you, Bill. I need you. I need you for my life.
You could never be happy with her. You could not live it yourself. Your conscience would destroy you.
I love you. I want to marry you. I know I could make you happy.
Nein. You cannot build happiness on Bertha's agony. This would destroy you as a man.
Well, I've done that already. I've destroyed myself already. Can't you see that?
Oh, don't worry. I can live without a father, but can Mom live without a husband? Well, I guess she'll have to, won't she, since she hasn't got one?
Can't you see I've lost everything, too? I've lost my son. I've lost Bert. I can't find her. She can't find me.
I love you, Bill. Come all the way into my world. I'll make you happy.
Then where is Bertha now? You cannot live in two worlds at once.
Lawrence, now I live in no world. No world at all. Is that you?
The Guiding Light has been presented by Downy, the fabric softener with the power to soften even rough, scratchy burlap. The Guiding Light, presented by new Extra Strength Comet, the stain-removing cleanser, now also in the plastic decorator size and the plastic bathroom bundle.
Josephine, it's a bet. Okay, Miss Bowles. Your cleanser against my new Comet.
Mine'll win, because it gets 2 tries at cleaning that tough food stain.
Comet's so good it only needs 1 try. New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser. Even yours.
We'll see.
Ready?
Ready. Here's my cleanser's first try.
We'll wet it and wait.
Didn't clean much, sorry to say. I'll give it a second try.
But Comet gets just 1. Wet 'em, wait again.
My cleanser still left some stain. After 2 tries.
But Comet took it off with 1 try. Comet's the stain-removing cleanser, the only one with superchlorinol. Disinfects better, too.
My cleanser lost by a mile. But I won, because I found out about Comet.
New Extra Strength Comet gets out stains far better than any other leading cleanser.
nice you could come home.
Well, I decided I'd let you feed me a good dinner tonight.
Well, I wish that once you'd let me know you were coming so I could make something special for you.
Oh, don't worry, Mom. Anything you serve. It's always something special. Is Dad home yet?
No, he isn't. I'm expecting him any minute now.
You hope.
Yes, of course I hope. Please, let's try to have a pleasant evening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't want to talk about that anyway. I came to talk about Grandpa.
Papa Bauer, what about him?
You know where he is?
Yes, of course I know where he is. He's in New York.
Wrong. Guess again.
What do you mean?
Well, he's here.
Here? Where?
In town. He's back.
What are you talking about?
Well, he's home.
Why, Papa Bauer wouldn't come back
Oh,
here.
yes, he would. He got himself a little room in another part of town, near the Fletchers. Man who loves his family, loves people, all alone in one room. No family, no people.
Well, how do you know where he is?
I saw him. He came to the hospital today.
Papa Bauer back in town. He didn't even let me know.
He didn't come where he belongs, did he? Didn't come where he should be. Where I'm sure you'd like him to be.
Oh, of course, he knows that I'd like him to live here with us, but...
Yes, but he knows something else. He knows that Dad doesn't want him to live here.
Well, I think your father did say something to him before he
Say
left
something?
again.
He slammed the door in his own father's face, didn't he?
Yes. Well, before you start condemning your father, just remember that you've done exactly the same thing.
Oh, come on, Mom. If I have, it's because he's given me some reason to. Grandpa's not a drunk.
Oh, will you please stop right there? Just stop it.
How could Dad tell Grandpa he's not welcome in this house?
I'm sure that Papa Bauer didn't accuse your father of saying anything like that, and you shouldn't either.
Oh, well, no. Grandpa didn't accuse him of saying that. What difference does it make what words he used? He made it clear that he didn't want him to stay
All
here.
right. I know that. But please, don't mention a word of this to your father when he comes home. He's been trying very hard to stop drinking, and this would just upset him. It might
Forget
start...
it. He already knows. I was at his office about an hour ago, and I told him. And I also told him what I think of him for treating Grandpa like this.
Imagine taking skin-scratching burlap off a tree bottom and making it soft enough for a pajama bottom. Impossible? Not with the softening power of Downy fabric softener. We washed the burlap, rinsed it in Downy, and it became soft enough for his tender skin. Now, if Downy softens burlap, imagine the comfort it'll bring to real clothes, because absolutely nothing makes clothes softer and whiter than Downy. It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean.
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big, dirty washes...
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Ed, there's a devil in you. Why did you have to do that?
No, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to fix things right for Grandpa. He won't come here unless Dad invites him.
Just what did you say to your father?
Nothing. Really nothing. I just blew my top at one point.
Don't you realize that you can start him off quicker than anyone else? And that you can cure him quicker than anyone else if you just be a little gentle with him. He's a sick man. He can't help himself. He needs to be helped.
There's no curing him, Mom.
Well, you keep saying that because you don't want to try. It seems to me that you're just not strong enough to control yourself around your father. What earthly good do you think it would do to go down there today and upset him the way you did?
Okay. Rack up the usual blame for me. But something's got to be done about Grandpa.
Yeah. And I don't know what. I just don't know.
But I told Dad if he were half a man, I'd go and apologize to Grandpa and invite him to live here again.
Is that the way you talk to him?
I couldn't help it.
So that's why you came here tonight. Because you have a guilty conscience. And you wanted me to tell you that you hadn't done any damage. Well, I'm not going to tell you that because you have done damage.
All right, so I've done damage. Do you want me to leave?
No, of course I don't want you to leave. I just want you to treat your father like... Oh, what's the use?
Look, Mom, I know what you want me to do. You want me to love him again.
Maybe if you could forgive him a little, you could love him a little.
Forget it.
Oh, you're so unrelenting.
Look, Mom, what's a loving son to do? Should I go down and slap him on the back? You ran out on your wife. You've had an affair with Mrs. Scott, Dad. Well, gee, that's great. That's wonderful. Do it again.
I guess that's the kind of thing I should expect you to say. Isn't it? Just the kind of thing you would say. Why don't you stop a minute and listen to yourself and ask yourself one question? What possible good could this kind of talk do anybody ever in the world?
Well, I guess it just does some good for me.
Yes? Well, then you need a cure just as much as your father.
Oh, sure I need a cure. I need to have my memory blotted out as to what did really happen. No, I must say I envy little Peggy Scott. Know nothing Peggy Scott, who thinks her parents are both angels. Who was it who said, when ignorance is bliss,
it's folly to be wise? Yes. Well, if this is the wisdom that comes with knowledge, then I just pray that Peggy Scott remains ignorant for the rest of her life.
I can't see you over there, Maggie. Yeah, come closer.
No.
All right. I'm sorry you caught me drinking, but I'm so glad to talk to you again.
We were talking about a love letter.
A love letter. You know, I often wonder, do you think that Ben Scott would really use it in evidence against you?
Evidence?
Yeah. Think he would? After all, he'd have to hurt Peggy, too, wouldn't he?
Yeah. He would have to hurt Peggy.
This is a lovely anniversary bracelet. Madam, you'll have to remove the glove.
Must I?
Yes. What's the matter?
These hands embarrass me. They've gotten so old-looking. Darn hands. Housework's made them old-looking.
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Mary Miles. Here to introduce today's Ivory Liquid. Helps hands look young again. Kind of like you had a maid. Like me to do your dishes.
Better than mine.
Only Ivory Liquid detergent has this special formula.
Young hands formula. Creamy white.
It's Ivory Mild and makes longer-lasting suds, too. Proper hand care and Ivory Liquid will make your hands look young again.
Jim, I love the bracelet.
Aren't you going to leave the gloves on?
Now my hands look young again.
Don't want to cover these.
Ivory Liquid helps your hands look young again. Young again.
The Guiding Light, presented by Duncan Hines Cake Mixes. Duncan Hines, always an adventure in good eating.
Great cake, Mary. I'll trade you one of my recipes for this cake recipe. Oh, come on. I'll make it 2 recipes. Well, for 2 of yours, my recipe is Duncan Hines. Duncan Hines? A mix? I can't believe it. It's so moist. Moist is homemade. That's Duncan Hines. Look, those crumbs show how moist. Pick them up with your fork. Hey, they cling together. No dry cake does that. It is moist. It's homemade. That's why my recipe is Duncan Hines. Mine, too, now. Bet I could trade our recipe for 3 of somebody else's.
Get Moister's homemade Duncan Hines cake mix. And now, another adventure in good eating from Duncan Hines.
Pancake mixes are not alike. Watch. Duncan Hines pancakes puff up so light they're nearly 50% higher than the leading mix. Duncan Hines pancakes.
Ben?
Yes.
Oh, you're home early.
Yes, but not for long. I got to get back to town.
Oh, what for?
Oh, a meeting of the Restaurateurs Association. Dinner, business.
Well, why didn't you just stay in town?
Well, I have a report to make to the association, and like a fool, I left it here. Besides, I want to see Peggy. Is she home?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's way after 6. How come?
Oh, she didn't go to the hospital today. She decided to go shopping instead.
You mean you don't know where she is?
You mean, do I have a list of all the stores she's going to visit? You're right. No, I don't.
I just mean you never seem to know where that child is, do you? Or care much about her?
Look, if you're going to give a lecture on how to protect your daughter, will you please not? I'm just not up to it.
No, I can see you're too tired from that important job you have with Mr. Hayes. I wouldn't want you to discuss anything as unimportant as Peggy.
Then, must we? Oh, look, I assure you, Peggy is perfectly capable of taking care of herself, even when she's surrounded by dangerous store clerks. Furthermore, I did see her today. She came into the office to rest for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Well, what did you want to see her about, anyway?
Well, I know it puzzles you, but I just plain like to see my daughter. I have to go to that blasted meeting tonight, and I promised Peggy that I'd take you two to the movies.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that too much. I have an idea when Peggy gets through shopping, she's going to be too tired for the movies.
Well, there's another reason I want to see her. She came to see me today.
Oh, she didn't mention it to me. Well, what about?
Plenty. She had me standing on my head trying to patch things up.
Patch things up?
Remember the other night we were arguing about going on that vacation?
Then are you trying to tell me that she overheard? Well, now, we weren't talking that loud.
Well, loud enough for her to get some of it. Not enough, thank God. But enough to give her plenty of worry, enough to make her come up and see me and ask me what it was all about.
Do you mean that she overheard us arguing about?
About the evidence I have against you. Your love letter to Bill Bauer, the photostatic copy.
Oh, no.
Don't worry. I took care of everything. But I don't mind telling you. I had to do some pretty fast thinking today to cover your tracks. Softened with Downy. Downy fabric softener with the softening power to soften even scratchy burlap. Downy will make all the clothes your family wears so soft, so comfortable, so easy to live in. They'll feel almost like no clothes at all. It whitens better, too.
What are we going to do?
I told you I took care of everything. Luckily, she didn't hear enough to know what it was all about. She got the idea that I had something against you, but she didn't know what. Oh, if you could have seen her face today. Her heart was on the edge of a cliff she was ready to go over.
Oh, Peggy.
It was pretty obvious I had a rescue job to do and fast, so I took what she heard and I twisted it into something nice. Oh, I've got quite a talent as a liar, you know.
I've never been more grateful for it than I was today.
Are you sure? Did you reassure her completely?
I'm sure I did. Didn't she seem all right when you saw her today?
She was very cheerful. She came to persuade me to go on that vacation with you.
Well, and she was all right.
How did you ever convince her that everything was all right?
Well, fortunately, I had a copy of my will in the office. You've seen it. It's a nice will, leaves everything to you. So I made her believe that that's what we were arguing about.
I thought I would believe and be grateful for your ability to lie, but I certainly am now. But if she ever found out about that love letter to
She's
Bill...
not going to, Maggie. I can promise you that. You've only seen that child's face today. I have a confession to make. I'm a gambler, and I bluffed you into marrying me with that letter. Oh, I knew I had all the odds in my favor. I knew you'd want to protect Peggy. I knew you thought that I was such a bum I'd use that letter. But if you'd called my bluff, I'd have tossed in my hand. I'd never hurt that child.
Should I believe this?
It's the truth.
Then why did you keep that photostatic copy?
Well, the bluff worked once. I was sure it would work again. But after today, I'm tired of the bluff. So, after Peggy left my office, I burned the photostatic copy of your love letter to Bauer. Well, there's always a chance that something like that could fall into the wrong hands. And I don't even want a 1% chance that Peggy'd ever find out about you.
Thank you.
I didn't do it for you. I still think that if you cared anything about Peggy, you'd never have had that affair with Bauer.
I don't ever expect you to understand how I felt about Bill.
I understand that if Peggy ever found out about you and Bauer, you don't deserve her love and respect, but I'm going to see to it that you keep it. Not that I think you need it or even care much about it, but because Peggy needs it. Today, I saw how much she needs it.
You really love Peggy, don't you?
Oh, do I love that child. I don't deserve her any more than you do, I know that. But I've got her, thank God. And so have you. She loves us. We're her two shining lights, Maggie. Pretty dim lights. But she doesn't know that. And I'm going to do everything in my power to see that that child is happy and innocent and lovely.
Hiya, Peggy. Gee, you were kind of slow. I'm afraid I'm going to take you home a little late. Peggy, what's the matter? Peggy? Peggy!
Miss Jordan, you have everything for the baby, even Ivory soap. I use Ivory myself to rest my skin from makeup so it can stay young. Won't any soap do? Other soaps have ingredients that can stay on your face, like deodorants, heavy perfumes. Ivory's pure. Lets your skin rest from makeup and stay young. No wonder more doctors recommend Ivory for babies and us.
Pure Ivory helps skin that wears makeup stay young.
It's wash day for Jill Wade. Her wash is so big and dirty, there's only one way to get it clean.
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Introducing Salvo's Dirt Bomb. A dime's worth of Salvo has more cleaning power than this much old-fashioned powder detergent. That's why for big, dirty washes...
The bomb! The dirt bomb!
Sit down. Come on. What's the matter, Peggy? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Do I?
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, come on. You left here all bright and cheerful. Now look at you.
I'm all right.
Did you get your mother's Social Security card?
For what?
Her Social Security card. That's what you went after, isn't it? You went to get it to surprise your mother.
Yeah, but I didn't get it.
Couldn't you find it? You got there so late. How did you get in? Did you ask the janitor for a key?
No, the door was open.
Someone was there?
Yeah.
Who?
Mr. Bauer.
Peggy, you're acting kind of funny. What went on?
Mr. Bauer.
What about Mr. Bauer?
He was drunk.
He was in his office drunk? Well, I heard he'd been drinking, but... Well, was he very drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have gone up there with you, but... Is that what upset you? Peggy, is that what upset you, seeing Mr. Bauer liquored up like that? Did Mr. Bauer upset you?
Yes, he did.
I would have gone with you, but I would never expected... Peggy, what's the matter? Did he say anything? Did he do anything? He what?
He was drunk. He thought...
He thought what?
He thought I was my mother.
I mean, he was so drunk he didn't even know who you were?
Thought I was my mother. He talked to me as if I were my mother.
What'd he say?
Johnny, please don't ask me any more questions.
Okay.
I want you to take me home. I want to go home and see my mother.
The Guiding Light has been presented by Salvo Power Tablets. Ready, aim, Salvo, the detergent tablets for big, tough, dirty washers.